If you're going to write a life proposal, the first thing you need to do is really to read and understand the call. Understand what the call is asking for. Take the call as an opportunity to refine your project idea. If you have already a project that you want to use to apply, do not force it and make it fit the call. Use the call as a tool to refine it, to enhance it, and make something that's useful for the European level, but also to your local authority. The second thing is really try to link your project idea with the relevant European policies on the topic. If, for example, you are working with renovations, take a look and highlight how it links with the renovation wave or other existing policies on the topic. And one last element that's important is really to link the way you present your idea with the language that's being used in the call. For example, if the call is asking for a capacity building, use the same keywords and show how you are going to answer to this capacity building request in your proposal. A strong proposal starts with a good understanding of the context and the problem that you are going to try to solve. So it's really important to back up with the numbers, with the key stakeholders involved, and really build up this landscape, this picture of the current situation. These are going to be important, for example, whenever you are going to define the impact and how your intervention logic is going to work. It's also very important to try to build and link your proposal with past projects that you had and other initiatives you are working on the topic, and maybe any current initiatives that are in progress. For example, if you are working in a proposal on the topic of energy poverty and you had energy poverty projects in the past or have any kind of energy poverty actions taking place now, but it will highlight, add values to your idea. It's also very important to add a gender perspective to your proposal. And adding a gender perspective is not only by promoting gender balance in the team that's working in the project. It's really about adding a gender point of view in the intervention logic. For example, you can think about how the topic you are going to explore is affected by for women or for men or for different target groups. You can also propose to work with gender disaggregated data in your narrative. It's very important to think if your project's not making the gender inequalities bigger instead of reducing them. One very important thing for your proposal is how you build your consortium. It's very important to show that your consortium has a diversity of partners and a diversity of skills. For example, if you're going to have pilot initiatives, it's important to cover different areas of Europe. You can take pilots from North, South, Eastern, and Western European municipalities. You can also try to show that you are covering different urban realities. If it's a project that is integrated in an urban environment, try to bring cities that have a more rural profile, more urban dense, more peri-urban areas, and then show how they complete each other in the exploration that you are going to do. About the skills, for example, if you're going to work in a project that's related to energy communities and you do not have this expertise inside your team, be sure that you have an expert and you bring them to work with you. The same thing is it's valid for social sciences and humanities. Usually we tend to forget them inside your consortiums. So finally, beyond showing these different and diverse teams and skills, it's also important to explain how you are going to collaborate and work together. For your proposal, it's very important to design and define specific impacts that are clear, ambitious, but also achievable. Try to show which are the results that you are trying to reach by the end of your project. For this, you need to use indicators and targets. When you are designing your indicators and targets, remind that they need to be smart. They need to be specific, they need to be measurable, they need to be achievable, they need to be relevant to the action you're doing, and they need to be time-bound to your proposal. Finally, avoid using indicators and targets that are very vague. For example, we are going to raise awareness on the topic. Be specific. We are going to raise awareness on 150 participants during the project duration through the use of capacity building initiatives.